and driving the social change. Um, Before we begin, let me share a little about us. Bhumi. Bhumi is India's one of India's largest independent youth volunteering organization working towards providing quality education and sustainable development for underprivileged communities. Through various programs, Bhumi engages young people as change makers to create lasting impact. Um, the Bhumi Fellowship is again a 2 year program, full-time program, where young graduates and professionals teach in under-resourced schools while working towards systematic education reform. Um, for our fellows, teaching is not just about academics. It becomes a journey of leadership, empathy, and community building. You might ask, who are these fellows? So these are the young graduates who we place in our under-resourced school, where they go ahead and teach for the next 2 years. And this is basically an entry point into influencing the entire education system at large. Now, to set the tone for the day, let us do a quick check-in together. Please, I would like to see more faces on my screen. I can just see 3 at this point. So please come off camera and come off mute to share the check-in question. The question that I have is for you. Who was your favorite teacher, and what is that one trait you remember about them? Like, why were they even your favorite teacher? What is the reason that they were specifically your favorite teacher? First, who was your favorite teacher and why? Um, would love to see a lot of faces coming off camera. Um, and please feel free to come off mute and share. Um, I can start sharing and then probably I'll tag someone. Um, for me, I think it was grade 11 when my accountancy teacher became my favorite. Accountancy as a subject, I did study finance. So accounts as a subject was something I thought is very mechanical, but he's someone who brought out the value and meaning into numbers. And I used to think it was just about addition, subtraction, but he actually told me what debit credit actually means and aligned the debit credit values with life philosophies as well. So yeah, and eventually I learned a lot from him, both in terms of the subject and in about life as well. So he is and will be one of my favorite teachers. I can see as of now, Lakshmi, I will go ahead and tag Lakshmi. If you can share, who was your favorite teacher and why?
Okay, so one of my favorite teacher is the teacher who taught me in grade 5. So at that time, I faced so many challenges emotionally. Not only academically, I was okay, but emotionally, I faced so many challenges. But I don't know, that teacher supported me very well in that time to navigate through the challenges, and I can also concentrate in my academic as well. So the amount of emotional support I got from the teacher is really like make her my favorite teacher, and her name is Rashmi.
Thank you so much, Lakshmi, for sharing. Go ahead and tag someone. Kasturi Miss is also here. Welcome, Kasturi Miss.
So I think I can tag Kasturi Miss.
Uh, Kasturi Miss, Lakshmi asked you a question. Who was your favorite teacher when you were a student and why? Why was that particular person your favorite teacher?
Can I speak Hindi?
Yeah, yeah.
My favorite teacher Abha in army because she is emotionally full life. वो जो हमें बता समझाती थी ओनली फॉर बुक नॉट बुक रियल लाइफ रिलेट टू रियल लाइफ जो भी हम अपने जीवन में जीते हैं बुक से भी अदर लाइफ को जीना सिखाया है तो बहुत सारे हमारी लाइफ में ऐसे मोमेंट आते हैं इमोशनली जिनको टीचर्स ही हमें बता सकते हैं. So she is the best teacher in my life and service.
As I think a couple of our listeners are not Hindi speakers, so I'll just go ahead and translate what Uma said. Uma basically mentioned that the teacher not only taught about the subject but also life lessons. Am I right, Uma? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So it was a mix of both subjects that they teach in school as well as life lessons combined. Yeah, I hope this is what you wanted to share, Uma. You can tag someone, Uma. Okay. Probably we'll go ahead and ask Kasturi Miss. Kasturi Miss, if you can share who was your favorite teacher in school or college and why were they your favorite teacher?
I think Miss is on unmute. Miss.
Huh.
Can you hear now? Okay. My favorite teacher is Malika teacher. The second standard teacher is very, very kind and cute teacher. And then life-oriented skills. So much of what is it? Guide me. So much guide me, and then very kind and cute teacher. So she very cute. That's why I'm very impressed to that teacher. Kind words.
Thank you so much for sharing, Kasturi Miss. For others who want to share, please feel free to use the chat. आप लोग चैट का भी यूज कर सकते हैं शेयर करने के लिए. Please feel free to use the chat as well. Yeah. So thank you for sharing the beautiful moments, memories of your favorite teacher. It's always inspiring to see how much of an impact these teachers leave on us, not just through what they teach, but through what they were and their values that we have also embodied. So that naturally brings us to the heart of today's conversation, which is teaching as a leadership journey and how it connects to systematic change in education. At Bhumi Fellowship, we believe that teaching is not just about academic instruction, but also about leadership, empathy, and building communities. Educators are often the very first change makers children meet. And for many of our fellows, teaching becomes the entry point into the larger journey of transforming school and influencing the education system. So with this thought, let's now dive into our panel discussion. Joining us today, we have our wonderful panel representing different perspectives from the classroom. First, we have thank you, Sumira, for sharing on chat. So first we have Lakshmi Biju, a year 2 Bhumi fellow placed at CPS Chennai Primary School, Ikatatangal, Chennai. Along with her, we are delighted to welcome her co-teacher, Kasturi Miss, who has also been working closely with Lakshmi and to bring in some school's perspective. To begin, I'd request each of you to introduce yourself and share a little about your role in the classroom or school. Any one of you can go big first.
I think Kasturi Miss can go first. Miss can start.
School experience. In my childhood experience,
You can introduce yourself who you are, what do you do in the school, and a little bit about your role towards the school.
Okay. I'm Kasturi. I'm studying Murunashwari Girls Higher Secondary School in Chennai, Rayapuram. And then I'm going to, after 12th standard, I'll join the BCom degree. And the 3 month only I will continue the BCom only. And then discontinue. After I will change my career into teacher training. Because my father is like to teach, I want like teacher. So I discontinued the BCom and then continued the teacher training. 2 years I'm stayed in Tiruvallur district hostel. Teacher training I'm completed in Tiruvallur district only. After came Chennai and then joined the private school for teacher. 2 years only I'll private teacher. I continued, and after I joined the government school. 13 years I'll join the Sri Peramatur Union only. I'll continue my teacher traveling, and after just 4 years back only I'll come to Chennai and then continue in Ekadu Tangal only. So I'll okay, that's all.
Thank you, ma'am, for sharing so wonderfully. Would like to invite Lakshmi to introduce herself and also speak a little about what you do at the school, in the classroom. Yeah.
Okay, so my name is Lakshmi Biju. I'm a Year 2 Bhumi Fellow, Bhumi FLN Fellow. So in my classroom, I'm focusing on foundational literacy and numeracy. So I'm teaching math and English plus social emotional learning. We also incorporating social emotional learning into the classrooms. So that is what I'm doing in my classroom. That's all. That's about a brief introduction about me.
All right. Thank you for sharing, Lakshmi. I would like to thank you so much for your introduction. So let's dive into our discussion. So I'd like to ask the first question to you, Lakshmi. What has teaching taught you about leadership and driving change?
Okay, so leadership. So first, I would like to share what is leadership for me. So for me, like leadership is not about commanding or ordering someone to do something. So for me, one has to gain trust from others through actions. I think that is leadership. We have to gain trust from others through our actions. For example, Bhumi providing an opportunity for me to teach in classrooms and also the opportunity for community engagement also. So we have to interact with many stakeholders. So the community means it's not about the school community itself, it's also include the community which is surrounded by the school also. So, as a for as being a leader is always modeling out things. I will always try to create a trust. I will always try to gain trust from my stakeholders, and after that, I try to model out action. For example, if I take my classroom as an example, I want to teach them the value of empathy. So I'm entering into the classroom and teaching them this is called empathy. This is what to do. I'm just taking a just explaining about empathy. I think that's not being a right way to teach or being a leader. So I always try to model out actions. So I always try to demonstrate what empathy means. I will try to incorporate that values while interacting with them because through that actions they will learn what it is. So for me leadership is always related to actions. How capable we are to gain trust of other people through our actions is basically the core essence of leadership for me. That's all. Through that, we can make change by enabling, we can enable them. We can enable our stakeholders to make change through them itself. I believe in that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lakshmi, for sharing that. I have my next question for you, ma'am. You have been teaching in the government school for quite some time now. Would want to understand from you what is that one challenge that you faced while teaching in a government school for this long? What is that one challenge that keeps on coming every year?
Government school, I want to become equal to private and government school, all the category for a uniform level and then a character level and then teaching level also. I want to equally. I see you. பட் பேரண்ட்ஸ் லெவல் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா கொஞ்சம் ட்ராபேக் தான் இருக்கும். ஏன்னா அவங்க வந்து அந்த அளவுக்கு ஒரு படிச்சவங்களா இருக்க மாட்டாங்க இல்லையா? ஸோ அதனால வந்து கொஞ்சம் ட்ராபேக்காக இருக்கும். பசங்கலாம் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, அந்த அளவுக்கு நம்ம சப்போர்ட்டா இருக்க மாட்டாங்க. பேரண்ட்ஸ் சைட் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா. ஸோ அது கொஞ்சம் ட்ராபேக்கா இருக்கு. பட் இந்த பூமி ஃபவுண்டேஷன் ஃபெலோஸ் வந்ததுக்கப்புறம் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, எங்களுக்கு நெறைய சப்போர்ட் குடுத்தாங்க அவங்களுக்கு. இந்த கேரக்டர் வைஸு, அப்புறம் வந்து ஹைஜீனிக்கா இருக்கணும், எப்படி இருக்கணும்னு சொல்லிட்டு, டெய்லி they come and visit all the students. How to wear the dress, and then also emotionally they teach empathy, and then how to solve problems, இந்த அவங்கவுங்களே எப்படி சால்வ் பண்ண முடியும், டோன்ட் வரி அபவுட் தட் சொல்லிட்டு நிறைய ஒரு மாரல் சப்போர்ட்டிங்கா வந்து இந்த ஃபெலோஸ் வந்து எங்களுக்கு ஹெல்ப் பண்றாங்க. ஸோ அது மூலயமா எங்களுக்கும் ஹெல்ப்பா இருக்குது அவங்க பண்றது. இப்போ நாங்க ட்ரை பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம், ஈக்குவலா ட்ரை பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம். கவர்மெண்ட் ஸ்கூலுக்கும் பிரைவேட் ஸ்கூலுக்கும் ஈக்குவலா எந்த ஒரு சேஞ்சஸ் இருக்கக்கூடாதுன்னு சொல்லிட்டு நாங்க வந்து எதிர்பார்த்து ட்ரை பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம். ஸோ அதுக்கு ஃபுல் சப்போர்ட் வந்து எங்களுக்கு லக்ஷ்மி கொடுக்குறாங்க. ஸோ தேங்க்யூ ஃபார் லக்ஷ்மி. தேங்க்யூ.
Thank you for sharing that, Kasturi Miss. A couple of our listeners are also from various parts of the country. Lakshmi, will you take a couple of minutes to translate what Kasturi Miss said?
Yes. What she told was one of the challenges that she faced during his career in government school was some of the parents are like the situations, the environment they are living was quite different. We can't compare with other schools or any other area or anything like that. The situation they are coming from, the challenges they are facing was very quietly different. The community was very quietly different. So it takes time to make a change in them. They will be not be receptive at the initial days. So it is really challenge to make a change in them. But she said that through her continuous effort, she is able to bring them up. And she's saying that some private school, some parents will always say that comparison between a private school and a public school, they will always, it's better to send our child to public school. Such kind of comparisons is in the mind of the parents. But what she told was, she is always trying to compensate that gap. She is always trying to bridge that gap by providing every kind of support to the students, both emotionally and academically, and working for a holistic development of a child. As fellows also helped a lot for them to navigate through this kind of challenges. We always try to support them. What they want to do, we always there to support for them to achieve that goal. That's what she said.
Thank you so much, Lakshmi, for bringing that together for all the listeners who are there in the call. That brings me to my second question, that is for you, Lakshmi. Ma'am spoke about stakeholders, ma'am spoke about parents, ma'am also spoke about teachers, children a lot. So just want to understand from you, in your journey so far, how have you adapted your methods to meet the unique needs of students? Like each student has different needs in your classroom. They come from different backgrounds. So how have you adapted yourself to cater to them?
Okay. So when I entered into the teaching fellowship, it was a very new space for me. My teachers, the persons I interacted, my stakeholders have a lot of experience, more than 20 years of experience in the teaching field. So I was a very new person in this field. And when I start working as a teacher in a classroom, I feel that first we have to acknowledge that each student have unique needs. The pace, the rigor, the learning style, the strength, the challenges they're facing is very unique. It's very different for each student. We can't compare one student with other because the situation they are gaining from, the challenges they are facing, their ability, strength, all are different. So that comparison is not possible in class. There are 53 students in my classroom. So I can't compare one student with other. Each have unique and different needs. So first thing I was to do, I want to learn what each student is. I want to learn about the individuality of each student. It is not an overnight process. It is not an week. It is not, we can learn in 1 or 2 days in a week. It's not possible. So it took at least 6 months to learn about each student, from which background they are coming from, what about their learning environment, everything. But I try to learn that, and I adapt teaching methods which suitable to their needs. For example, if I want to teach a concept, which for example, if I'm taking math class, I want to teach them a concept, addition concept. So if I'm entering into the class, I'm verbally explaining the concept, which doesn't make any sense for some students. Some students easily catch it. Some students easily learn. When I only explaining in verbally now, some students easily learn. Okay, this is the way we have to do addition. Some students easily grasp that. It is not, with other students may be lagging behind. They couldn't get it. So I have to choose other methods, maybe concrete methods, maybe pictorial methods, maybe any other kind of activities, games, individual activities, group activities. These all kind of things will be happen in a single class. Because when I am entering into the class, my objective is to all students in my class will be able to understand the concept of addition. So to achieve that, I will be very flexible. If I'm planning a way, I'm planning a lesson and entering the class, it is not sure that all things will go as per my planning. I have to be flexible because the needs of my students are very diverse. So I have to be very flexible. I have to switch on to different methods in order to teach them, in order to make them understand the concept. So all things will happen in a single class. So that is what I'm doing. I will prepare, I will plan, but I will also be very flexible in my classroom. So I will adapt which method. In Pumi also, that you get a lot of training classes to learn about the diverse needs of children. How can we make teaching aids, teaching materials for them to teach diversely everything, differentiation, all kind of things. So we are always be flexible in the classroom. We always try to reach out to every student at the same time. And if something sometimes we can't able to do that in one class, I will always approach them individually because my goal is to all students will be able to learn that concept, not 40%, not a 50%. My 100% of my students will be able to read, able to understand. So that's it.
Thank you so much, Lakshmi, for answering that. Coming to Kasturi Miss, it's been more than a year that you have been working with fellows directly. So just want to understand from your perspective, since working with fellows, have you noticed changes in student participation or their behavior or learning habits in the school or classroom whenever you're interacting with them?
Yeah, ma'am. So many activities and then so many TLM or use. Main concept is the reach the concept to all the students. So they able to how much of able to do all the person uh, how to capable each student they will. So using so many TLMs and then so many varieties of activities they given. So all the students having that concept level, the group activity and the single activity they given. So all the students having the concept. And the next only not one teaching level. They go beyond the teaching level, the emotionally and then life-oriented activity they given. Daily visited and then they daily visited. For example, emotionally for empathy means for they feel the same feeling to others. If you have any problem, how to solve they can. It's all that activity they given. So personally they a lot of support to me. So it's very easy to cooperate with Lakshmi also. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Kasturi Miss, for sharing candidly. That brings me to my next question to you, Lakshmi. Teaching is rarely an individual effort, right? So how do you work with teachers, parents, or your peers to improve the learning outcome of your children?
Yes. I already told that we have to interact with a lot of stakeholders in Bhumi Fellowship. And I always I love to do that collaboration because it's a great opportunity for me. So whenever first of all, when as I told, when I enter into the community, I'm a very new person for them. Very new person for them. My language is different. Everything is different. Everything is different. I'm a very new person for them. So first thing I want to do is I want to build a good rapport with them. First I told I want to gain the trust from each of the stakeholders. Then only what are the intervention I am planning, it will be possible in that school community. So how to gain that trust, rapport, I have to build a good relationship with all the stakeholders, which include the school leader, the teacher, the students, the parents, everyone. So first thing I was say it is not a not a fast process. It will happen gradually and very organically. We always want to do some actions. We always will be responsible in our actions. So I will always initiate conversation with the community, with parents, with teachers, and I will always try to understand them. First thing when I enter into a school, what I did was first I tried to learn the environment. Then I understand, okay, this is the environment of CPS Ikatatanga looks like. Then I accepted the way the school was. I accepted everything's in my school. Then I accepted and I started to doing interventions. Interventions means I started to interact with parents and every stakeholders. Basically, what happened in the initial 6 months was fully I take the 6 months of my fellowship for creating the rapport, to building a good relationship with all the stakeholders. So after building a good relationships and everything, I can just start working on to achieving the learning outcomes what I'm planning in my classroom. So for example, if one of the outcome I'm planning was I want to reach all my students in my classroom want to reach level 3 in reading fluency. In reading English, they have to reach level 3. So first thing I am going to do is I will make the stakeholders aware what is the current level of the students. First thing I was doing is I will make them aware about the current level. Then second thing that I will make them aware about the importance. I will make them aware how can we reach that goal. So I will collaborate with all the stakeholders. It is not a single job. It is not only a job imposed on me only. It is basically a collaborative process. I can only reach that outcome by collaborating with all the stakeholders. I want to make aware about the children needs among the school leader, among the teachers, among the parents, everyone. I have to make that awareness and I have to collaborate with them. Together, we can make the change. Together, we can achieve that learning outcome with the support of all the stakeholders. So basically, I believe in collaboration is the main tool which always I use to reach our learning outcome. Through collaboration, we can plan our activities, we can give inputs, we can make outputs, and finally we can reach our outcomes. That's
Thank you so much for sharing that. My next question is to both of you. What does transformation mean to you according to your perspective? What is your perspective when we talk about transformation in school context? Ma'am, you can choose to answer, and then maybe Lakshmi can go.
Transform. I can understand. Tell me.
Lakshmi, can you translate for me? Yes.
டிரான்ஸ்ஃபர்மேஷன்னா என்ன மீன்ஸ்னா ஒரு சேஞ்ச் கொண்டு வரணும் அவங்க ஒரு இந்த மாதிரி
What is the meaning? What's the mean? The transformனா school changes are students changes are.
ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸுக்கும் ஸ்கூலுக்கும் எல்லாத்துக்கும்.
Both.
Okay. What changes? I want to change the equal to private school only. In all the levels, particular levels. Students able to talk easily, communicate to others, and then solving problems. And then in prayer also, they conduct the prayer also conduct very effectively in all the sources. They have it. Because the students all are having the boldness and then all the capable have it. Daily leadership is also available here. So daily interval time and then lunch time, all are having leadership and then visit all the person. They changes is happening. Daily it will changes small things. Dressings on dressing, not only dressings, and the character wise it's available all the students. Surely it changes all the surely 6 months is surely changes coming in. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss, for sharing. Lakshmi, you can share. What does transformation mean to you? What is your perspective about transformation when it comes to a school or a classroom?
Okay. So, for me, transformation is like depended upon several factors. It is not lying on a particular factor. Transformation didn't happen when we change one thing. A lot of things come under that category. So it's a broad thing. So for me, like Bhumi always, when I came into Bhumi, one thing which when I applied for Bhumi fellowship, so one thing which attracted more me was they always trying to make a whole school transformation. So not all, if the fellowship if the fellows are placed in a classroom, one of the classroom, even though we are placed in one of the classrooms, not only we are focusing on that classroom itself, we are focusing on the whole school. For example, like uh, we always focusing on the holistic development of a children. I will for transformation means a holistic development. Like we are always uh, making opportunities. We are creating opportunities for the students to thrive academically and emotionally also. If two things in front of me, like academic excellence, and the other thing is emotional excellence, I will give more priority to emotional excellence. Because if they achieve the emotional excellence, it was easy for them to navigate the challenges that coming in future. So it will be easy for them to navigate those challenges. So for me, transformation is always bring a change among the people through them, enabling them, only enable them as a fellow. I am just enabling them to do something or to navigate through something. So enabling change through them is transformation basically meant for me. So making a change. I'm always through enabling them.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Lakshmi. I'd like to open the space for all the people who have joined the call. If you have any question that you want to ask Lakshmi or Kasturi Miss, please go ahead, unmute yourself, ask question, or feel free to use the chat as well. Yeah, opening up the space for all of you to ask questions if you have any. Uma, if you're speaking, you're on mute. Uma, are you speaking?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Was this transformation for the environment or only for class, for a school? The transformation only for the classroom than environment, between environment.
Uma, can you repeat your question? It was not very clear.
मैम ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन आपने पूछा व्हाट इज ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन ओपिनियन अदर अपनी so that is environment change या only for classroom.
Umash, I mean, Lakshmi and Kasturi, Miss Uma is asking, is transformation only related to school or classroom or any other aspect as well? Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm. So we are closely working with school. We are focusing on the transformation that should happen in the school community, which is mainly focusing on the school, its community, and the students. I would like to cite an example. Like for example, when I joined CPS Ikattadangal as a Bhumi fellow, uh, there was no kind of like parent teacher engagement was happening in that school. The parents are not contacting or communicating with teachers about their child. So how was my child doing? Is the student is my child is active in the classrooms? Not such kind of communication was happening between the teacher and the parents. But if I want to make a change in the class, I want to make a change in my students, definitely
Yes, ma'am.
definitely there should be a communication should exist between them. So first I already told that I work to build rapport, I work to build trust, everything. Then I was thing I was doing, I was arranged a parent teacher meeting. So when I was arranged a parent teacher meeting, first thing that I was so around I contacted each parents individually. I asked them to come for the parents meeting. I just cited about the importance of the parents meeting. I just communicated with the importance of the parental involvement in the development of the child, both socially and emotionally, psychosocial development of the child. So I just tried to create that awareness among the parents, and I just called them for the parents meeting. And around in a class of 48 students, 41 parents attended the parents meeting. So I'm not, so that kind of, that suddenly that number of parents came for a parents meeting. So that kind of things happen. But I will always say that it doesn't happen before in that school, not is a fault of that school. There are so many challenges existed in my school, which such kind of things not happen. There are certain challenges existed in the school. It is not the fault of, I'm not saying it is not the fault of the teachers, the school leaders or anything. There are a lot of challenges they faced. So even I've always tried to enable them to enable my co-teacher. I am only a supportive teacher. I'm co-teaching with my teacher only. So I always support my teachers and everything to uh, do such kind of things they wish to do. Even they wish to do these kind of activities, these kind of things in the classroom. Sometimes there are certain challenges in case of resources, in case of time. There are so many challenges in that school. So as a fellow, I've always tried to support to navigate through that challenges. And we collaborated together with the teachers, and we organized the parents meeting together. So it's happened not only because of me, also because of the support of our teachers. So we together took the initiative, and we conducted a parents meeting, and more than 40 parents attended the parents meeting. So it is really like it is a one small example of transformation happened in my school community. So that's all.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
We have one more question. How did you build rapport with co-teacher? Someone, Abhinaya asked in the chat.
So like my co-teacher is very supportive, first of all, very supportive and very welcoming. Oh, not my co-teacher, all my teachers in my school was very supportive and very welcoming. If I will approach them with Miss Teacher, we want to do something like this. So can we do this? What is your suggestions? So they will always put a lot of effort. They was very eager to do such kind of things in our school. All the teachers are very eager to do such kind of any kind of activities, even though celebrations, any kind of activities, sports, anything. All the teachers are very eager to do that. All they need is just a support in case of resources or in case of uh, time and everything there. So we always we always collaborate for each other. And in case of building rapport specifically, na, so what should we have to do, na? We have to accept the way they are. If uh, uh, then only we can gain trust from that person. Then only we can, if I'm saying something to some person, if I want to bring a change in that person, first thing that person to have in me was trust. So first of all, it was I built that trust. So even though I will say I will do this, teacher, then she trusts me. Okay, Lakshmi will do that, or the fellow will do that thing. So I have a trust. We will have a trust, uh, and we collaborated very easily. So building rapport is mainly accepting the way they are, accepting their individuality, and accepting their challenges without any judgment, without any prejudices. That is the main thing. We can't judge anyone. We can't prejudice anything because each one is coming from a different situation, different background. So there will be also always a why existing. Why existing for something. So always think of the why. Then we can easily build that relationship with that person.
Thank you so much, Lakshmi. Thank you so much to our panelist, even Kasturi Miss, for sharing those powerful insights and honest reflection. In the interest of time, we'll move forward. Let's keep the question coming. Let's keep asking question. We'll try to take as many as possible, but I'd like to move ahead at this point. Feel free to reach out to us as well. Before we close, I want to share an important opportunity. The Bhumi Fellowship is inviting passionate people to step into the classroom and reimagine teaching and lead the change in education. Would request Anaga to also share the application link. If this is something that interests you, this is something that you feel you want to give it a shot, you want to understand more, try it out, please go ahead and put down your application. If today's discussion inspired you, we encourage you to explore the fellowship and consider applying. We will share the application link in the chat, which is already there. On that note, I would like to thank our fellow Lakshmi and our teacher guest Kasturi Miss, and all of you for joining this conversation. Being an educator is more than a role, and it is a journey of shaping lives and building a better future. We hope today's session gave you a glimpse of that possibility. Thank you once again, and wishing you all a wonderful evening ahead. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.